Hey guys, today we'll be looking at set 4733 from LEGO Harry Potter. This was the original The Dueling Club from 2002, released alongside the wave of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets sets. The set was 129 pieces with 4 minifigures, I believe just one of which is exclusive to this set in terms of the outfit of that minifigure. Had this set growing up, was definitely one of my favorites in terms of the play feature that we see kind of on display here. Tried to imitate the box art for the Dueling Club table. In addition to the Dueling Club itself, you get a side build here. Within the film and book, the Dueling Club takes place within the Great Hall. Obviously, within this modular Hogwarts system wave at the time, you had a separate Great Hall. So this side build kind of can be what you want. It can lean into being part of the Great Hall, or kind of just stand on its own if you want to envision it as a separate room. Excited to dive into this set today. So looking at the box art here, similar to a lot of the other sets we've seen from this wave, it's set against a nice backdrop of mountains and trees with some visual effects added, to make the set appear a little more magical. On the top of the box here, we see an image of Harry and Lockhart. On the side, we see a slice of the build at an angle, so looking at the snake hidden behind the chair. Other side of the box, we see Harry and the snake. Taking a look at the back of the box, we have the map of the sets from 2002, as well as 2 different alternate builds. I've been building the alternate builds based off the images on the boxes, going through these sets, which has been a lot of fun. These both look like engaging ones. You get here a kind of staircase with a trap door, and then in this one, it looks like a kind of launching mechanism to knock over a barrel placed atop of that archway. So those are both fun, kind of comedic in a way setups here, taking advantage of some of the pieces within the set to allow for more of a kind of dynamic alternate builds. So overall, quite like the box included within this set. The instructions here, in line with the others that we see from this wave. You don't have the alternate builds featured within the instruction booklet, which is a little unfortunate. So for the vast majority of people, I think, who might have this set now, if you don't have the box, you wouldn't see those alternate builds. So that's a little bit of a shame for the instruction booklets that include those images versus those that don't. And then onto the set itself. So taking a look here at Harry, standard Harry included within these early sets, Stars Under the Cape, Gryffindor seal. So nothing unique here, but of course a nice figure all the same. Malfoy included in fewer sets than Harry at this time, but still the standard Malfoy, minifigure from these initial waves with the Slytherin crest and the stars on the capes as well. This is one of the only sets to feature professors with wands from these early sets. Typically, they just give the wands to students in these early LEGO Harry Potter sets. So them being in this set, of course, makes sense, as you can have them duel in the scene as well. We see a dark gray wand for Professor Snape. Other than that, this is the same Snape minifigure that comes in sets like Snape Class and the original Hogwarts Castle, with the torso and legs featuring the printed purple detailing of his suit, which looks quite nice, and then the kind of infamous glow-in-the-dark minifigure head to just suggest a sinister quality to him. Although I think it's not just kind of a goofy inclusion. I do think it matches kind of the book's description of him being kind of malnourished, or having kind of like sunken skin, or I forget the exact characterization. But as growing up, to me, the glow in the dark head made complete sense. Our exclusive minifigure within this set is going to be Gilderoy Lockhart. We do also see him in the Chamber of Secrets set from this wave. However, this is the only one where he appears in green. So we have plain green pants, Very nicely detailed torso here with some gold ornamentation, and then a nice green cape. Love the hairpiece here used for him. Very detailed mold and a great cheeky grin expression, if you will. I think they really nailed this character within these early sets. So the minifigures are great within this set, particularly, you know, at just 129 pieces to get 4 minifigures, all of, you know, very nice quality, I think is a win and gives you 2 different pairs of, you know, potential dueling opponents. If you want to actually have these characters duel within this setup, you'll place them on the 2x2 flat tiles and then just turn these green knobs to have the character be, you know, cursed and fly off. So depending upon how light or quickly you turn the knob, they will, you know, kind of fly back further, do a flip, you know, a lot of, there is a surprising amount of variation that you can get with how quickly or slowly you turn the knob. You can, of course, also have them on the studs to, you know, more dramatically pose the minifigures instead of just having them fly off. So it depends whether you want this to be constructed for display, a snapshot in time, or have kind of, you know, a live duel with those minifigures being thrown away. It does remind me of how, you know, within the Chamber of Secrets movie, they use a variety of different spells that were mentioned in the book that do like particular different things other than just having a minifigure, you know, fly backward. And then within the Chamber of Secrets film, all those, you know, spells end up being kind of synonymous with each other, which is, you know, kind of funny, but worked very well for the construction of this Lego set. And this setup is done, if you look kind of internally, by this rod piece. So a very simple but effective mechanism, and then it's kind of stopped in place by this piece here for keeping the trapdoor level with the rest of the platform. You can split apart these sections if you want to have them further away from each other. So that's another nice option in terms of how you might want to display the set if you would like to just give them, you know, some more distance or have those be connected. Great, you know, platform build here. You can really have like limitless play with that, either alone or, you know, with a partner. Switching gears here to now look at the background build. Pretty substantial in size, given that it's not a super high piece count. You get a barrel here that you can store wands in that are being, you know, unused. So if you didn't want the professors to be holding their wands, you could have them stored in there. Hogwarts banners. These are stickers, but they blend very nicely against the yellow piece, showing the different for the 4 houses Hogwarts crest. Flames on either side of the build here. These nice molded lion's head pieces add a lot of character to this build as well. Brown owl up top. When you put this in your modular Hogwarts, you'll just want to like move this owl down so that other sets can be placed on top of this. And then the other main detail within this build is this chair, which swivels around to reveal the snake. So this would be the snake within the scene that Harry speaks to, that is, you know, shot out of Draco's wand. So you can have it hidden back here, or, you know, remove it from the chair and add it onto the platform to reenact that section of the scene. So with 4 minifigures, some nice stickering detail, good accessories with the owl snake, some nice special molded pieces with those lion heads, which I believe are also featured within the Great Hall of the Hogwarts Castle set. So that is a nice callback to kind of situate where this scene is taking place. And this fantastic dueling platform that I think could potentially, just given how dynamic it makes the characters when they do fly up and away, compared to the newer, I believe, 2024 Dueling Club remake that they made, that looks more like the Dueling Club, but the characters kind of just fly, you know, straight away. I think that this one really made a mark at the time. I think for those who had some of these earlier Harry Potter sets, if they had this one, I think most people would list this as one of their favorite ones from that time due to this play feature. And yeah, I think it did a great job at capturing this scene with, again, not a huge piece count, but really enjoyed, rebuilding this. And I'm excited to try out these two alternate builds on the back and see if, if those enhance my experience and thoughts of this set as a whole. All right, so we've done our first alternate build here, but a fairly, similar footprint to the main build of the set. I have the brown owl on top, both of the columns featuring those lion heads, which I think are nice inclusions. Essentially, this build is a staircase that Malfoy goes up on, stands upon that potion tile, and Harry has essentially set up a trapdoor for Malfoy, where when you pull the lever, he falls down onto the snake at the bottom. So I think that that's a fun use of those trapdoor pieces featured within the Dueling Club build. But constructing this just off the image, fairly straightforward. The back here was a little improvised just due to what I could see with eyesight based on the box itself. But I think I did a decent job and happy with how this first one turned out. Next up, we'll go for this secondary build featuring all the minifigures, where we have a lever feature striking down the barrel at the top. So wish me luck on that one. All right, here we have our second alternate build, kind of a catapult style setup here. So we have the Hogwarts banners across this archway, which is nice to see. The flames, lion head pieces also utilized here. Lockhart and Snape are kind of in the background there, examining that potions tile. Malfoy is looking at the barrel up top. Harry is on his way to push the catapult to try and knock this green piece into the barrel to knock it over. So kind of a gamified alternate build here. Also see a little structure in the middle. I guess that's potentially where you could store this launching piece, or another area that you could try to, I guess, like score. I'm going to try this and it's probably not going to work. But, we are going to get it on camera either way. Just move those aside. And here we go. All right. I think it, ooh. All right, take two. Oh, got pretty close there. All right. Wow. Yep. Yep. So as we just saw, you can successfully knock that barrel over, or at least I did, feeling very proud of myself. I think that both of these alternate builds, though not really related to the Dueling Club itself, are nice in that they both feature the strength of the Dueling Club set, which is really that kind of gamified potential, being able to play with the set, incorporate maybe like a point system even, you and someone else, taking turns, seeing who can knock like this barrel over. In the other game, there's the ability, just to leverage the trapdoor, but that, also incorporates kind of the dynamic qualities of the set, allows for some storytelling, which I think is what makes this set stand apart from some of the others of its particular size, that there just are those features included within the pieces that you get to construct builds like this. Enjoyed both of these alternate builds. I think this one definitely takes the cake. I think the original build would still be my favorite. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I hope that you all enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.